No, Batman!
Son of a bitch!
Everyone's in years.
Fucking shit.
I think my head's gotten bigger.
That's what they all say.
So the ladies say.
Yeah.
No, they don't.
That's right. The show is for the ladies.
For the ladies who love comics.
Yeah. We know you.
Who you are.
We know you do. Yeah.
Sitting at home, reading your Birds of Prey, your Batgirl, and your Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
With your Joker bed sheets.
Yeah, baby.
Oh, yeah.
It's like smooth silk.
Smooth comic books for the ladies who love comics. Oh, yeah.
Hey, so.
Welcome back to Big Damn Geeks TV. This is episode 3. I'm, of course, Pete. I'm joined, as always, by my co-host, Jean-Claude.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you guys for checking out the first 2 episodes that are on our YouTube channel. Of course, the Marvel Cinematic Universe we talked about, as well as the second episode where we kind of bitch about a lot of things that were bothering us. So thank you for checking those out. Today is actually something we already recorded before, but really screwed up.
Yeah, we fucked it up.
Big time. So we're doing this take 2, episode 3.
Yeah.
Today we're talking about DC Comics. A lot of ground to cover today, so we're going to start with the 2 most recent DC movies that have come out, which are, of course, Batman vs. Superman and Suicide Squad. Starting with Batman Superman, have you seen the Ultimate Cut that they released?
Actually, I did just watch it last week, I believe.
What did you think? 'Cause I haven't had a chance to see it yet. So what kind of changes did they make?
They added a few more clips. I think it's an extra 15 or 20 minutes, I believe. I'm not exactly sure. I feel that it kind of rounds out the movie a little bit more, so you get a little bit more of an explanation why Superman does certain things. It just helps out the movie as a story, flow a little bit better, I believe. That's at least my opinion of it.
Okay, so that's going to be interesting. I really want to check that out. I've heard it does make it a more well-rounded movie. Leading into Suicide Squad, the most recent film to come out, I've seen bits and pieces now. I have not seen the full movie. I was correct in one of my guesses, which I will do at the end of us talking about Suicide Squad. So I'll give you a chance to skip ahead in case you haven't seen it. If you want to, it's a minor thing, but if you're spoiler type of people, I'll give you a chance to skip ahead. So first, you've seen the entire film. What did you think of it?
Suicide Squad was a really fun film for me. It doesn't deserve all the hate that it's been getting. It's like a super polarizing movie. But I feel that if you're just looking for a fun summer movie to go watch, you're going to have fun watching it. There is some problems with the movies here and there, but I had fun watching it. It's a good superhero, super villain movie, and I don't know. I just don't feel it deserves all the hate that it's been getting lately.
How did the actors do in their roles?
Definitely the movie centers around Will Smith, and Big Willie style is at Deadshot, and then Harley Quinn, with Margot Robbie. So yeah, however you say her name. But yeah, it's mostly based off of those 2. Jared Leto's Joker is in it, but he's not in it as much as you think he would be in it. It's like there's a little bit clips of him in the beginning, maybe in the middle, and then a little bit of him in the end, and just kind of scattered around.
He's actually come out, Jared Leto has, to say that he's kind of feels like he's been tricked by Warner Brothers. He's pretty disappointed, but apparently not disappointed enough to where he's now going to be in Warner Brothers Blade Runner 2 sequel, so he can't be too upset with them if he's doing that. But here's the little spoiler bit. I'm going to say it very, very quickly, so I'm going to count to 5, say it, and that'll be it. It's the part I guessed correctly leading into the film. So I'm going to say it, so if you don't want to, when I get to 1, pause this movie, skip ahead about 5 to 10 seconds, and you'll be good.
Yeah.
All right? Fair enough?
Yeah, fair enough.
Fair enough.
Spoiler.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Enchantress is the bad guy.
Yep.
See? It's been 5 seconds later. Spoiler free. I did you a favor. All good. So, Suicide Squad, not as bad as everybody's making it out to be. Definitely has its positives, you think. I'm going to end up seeing it.
I do feel, I know some people have been talking about how the movie, the use of the music is like a little bit weird at points, and I could see that a little bit. They're trying to be a little bit too much like Guardians of the Galaxy ish with using the older music and stuff like that. But I mean, it fits in certain parts of the movie, but there are parts that you could just tell they're just adding this to try to get more fans or something like that interested in it.
Okay. Next up, we got Wonder Woman. I don't know if anybody else out there has seen this letter from that's been posted online from a former Warner Brothers employee who doesn't give her name, but says she was working there for several years and is a fan of like DC product and comics in general, and was just very disappointed in the way Warner Brothers is treating the material. And, yeah, to the point where she's pretty much says she called that Man of Steel, Batman, Superman, Suicide Squad were all going to be like kind of progressively worse films. And she's went so far as to say she's seen parts of Wonder Woman and does not have much hope for it.
Damn.
Take it with a grain of salt as far as, a letter that's out there from somebody who supposedly works for Warner Brothers.
And that's also just one person's opinion. I mean, we can't really make a judgment until we actually go and watch the movie.
Exactly. So the question is, based on the trailer, what do you think of Wonder Woman?
Based on the trailer, I feel that it's going to be a pretty good movie. It kind of has the remnants of Captain America when the first Captain America movie that came out.
So it's a period
like
movie.
a period movie. I think it's World War I. So it's definitely has that historical aspect to it, and it looks pretty good. I like the fact that you're getting to see a strong, powerful woman finally in these comic book movies. That she's going to have her own standalone movie, and it's going to be the first time you're going to see something like that.
I'm excited. It looks like it's going to be real action-packed. We don't know much as far as story-wise other than it is set in World War I, and Chris Pine is going to be in it. We know some other actors and actresses who are cast, but we don't know their roles yet. So based on this trailer so far, I'm excited. But who knows? We'll see where that goes. Based on DC's track record with live-action movies, it could be okay. It could be great. It could be like their redemption movie.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we got it. We
could
fixed this problem.
Actually, from the trailer, I really enjoyed the part where she brings out her lasso and starts like whooping people's asses with it. That was really fun, and that part when she's like coming out of the trenches and she's just like standing there and the bullets are like flying at her and like that matches really well with showing her how much power she does have, where she goes to the no man's zone and stuff. So that's really cool, and her theme music, I feel like really has that Amazonian feel to it and just has that power behind it. So I really hope that they're treating this character well. She's part of the Trinity, so it's like they need to do her justice.
Yeah. which leads up to the next movie on their slate is Justice League. After that, we've seen some like mini teaser trailers and stuff. They're saying like that Jason Momoa as Aquaman is going to be like the Justice League's version of Wolverine. He's going to be the team badass.
Yeah.
Which looks pretty interesting. We didn't get to see much of Cyborg.
Yeah.
Quite a bit of the Flash, who looks like he's going to be the comedic relief of the film, which I'm good with.
Yeah.
They definitely need that more lighthearted tone to their movies than what they've been doing. So that's going to be interesting. Which character are you most excited to see?
For me, I'm really excited to see Aquaman. Aquaman is, I like the fact that they're making him into more of like a badass. He looks like menacing with his white eyes. He's taller than all the other characters. Definitely, he's like more imposing looking, and he just looks really badass. I just want to see him in a fight finally, like live action, and see what he can do and what he can bring to the table.
I love that they still worked in the joke in the trailer too. He's like, "You can talk to fish, can't you?"
Yeah.
So I like that they're not taking it like they're taking him very seriously, but not too seriously.
Yeah, I mean that's what they need to do. They need to take a little bit more serious because some of those characters don't work in today's day and age, but don't make it so serious that it just becomes really dark and grimy. Because it is DC. We essentially they're supposed to be they're idealistic. They're idealistic heroes, pretty much.
Henry Cavill, who plays Superman, tweeted a teaser picture the other day of a portion of his suit, and it looks like they're going to use the black Superman suit from when they brought Superman back from the dead in the comics.
Okay.
So it looks like that we might get to see that suit in the Justice League movie, which would be pretty cool to see. Hopefully they don't give him the mullet.
He's going to have long hair, just like waving in the...
Superman with a mullet just confuses me. He's like, I don't get it. I don't get Superman with a mullet. What's the point?
I mean,
he's not the farm boy anymore. He's a city guy. City folk don't have mullets.
Likes to do hood rat things with hood rat friends,
Oh, God. Well, we'll see what happens with that. Going on to Shazam, a.k.a. Captain Marvel, who I think they're not calling Captain Marvel anymore. He's just Shazam now. But one thing I didn't know until recently is that while Shazam will take place inside the same continuity as the rest of the films, it's actually not being made by Warner Brothers.
Oh, okay.
It's being made by New Line Cinema.
Okay.
So they're saying, like, some of the complaints people are having about the other films, they've got a bit more leeway because they don't have Warner Brothers overseeing them.
Okay.
So they have a bit more room to do their own thing and make their own movie, but still be set in the same universe.
Okay.
So far, still the only casting news we know for it is The Rock will be playing Black Adam, the villain, who he was born to play, I think. It's going to be cool to see him be the villain, since he's been playing the good guy for so long. So I'm really interested to see that.
Yeah.
It would be interesting to see how they play off Shazam going from the kid to the giant buff-ass adult.
Yeah, I wonder who they're going to cast for that.
It would be interesting to see, but of course that's still quite a ways off, so we'll see where that goes.
I mean, I don't know that much about that character, but he essentially, in all the renderings, he's still a kid and everything.
He's a kid who, when he says the magic word of Shazam, gets turned into Captain Marvel, or now Shazam, a giant superhero whose powers rival Superman's, except his powers are magical. So whereas Superman is vulnerable to magic, he is not, because he's fueled by magic.
Okay. The only thing I'm trying to figure out is, since it's going to be live action and they're going to have a kid star playing it, how many movies are they going to be able to make with that kid? Because it's like, kids grow up, so you're only going to be able to maybe possibly 2 movies with them, and then they're going to have to recast him, or they're going to keep at the same.
Or they can just go with the idea that he's growing up they've dealt with that a bit in the comics, where the character Billy Batson is the kid's name.
Mm-hmm.
He grows up. There was even a book called Kingdom Come, set far in the future, where they think it's Captain Marvel they're dealing with, but it's a grown-ass Billy Batson.
Okay.
And he has not transformed.
Okay.
So like they think that's who it is, but it's like alter ego type of thing.
Okay.
So they can certainly have a lot of leeway with it that they could explore and make it interesting and different. Going far into the future is the Green Lantern Corps. We know little to nothing about this movie, obviously, other than it's going to be made. Personally, I hope it's like I don't want to see Hal Jordan's story told again.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him as the established veteran.
Yeah.
And bring in Jon Stewart too as like another veteran.
Yeah.
And have them like training those two or something like that, and really bring out like the core aspect, the group aspect of the Green Lanterns. How familiar are you with the Green Lantern?
The Green Lantern, I'm a little bit familiar with, but I don't know like all the different characters and stuff like that. I know they're set up. You know, Green Lantern Corps is
it's like a space military
police force, and they go around and they use rings, and each ring is powered by different emotions, I believe.
The different cores are, but the green ring is powered by willpower.
Willpower, yeah. I know there's yellow and blue or something like that.
Indigo and sapphire, all sorts.
Yeah, so I'm not super familiar with the whole storyline of it. I'm just a general fan, so I know from what I've seen from the movies and like some of the characters from the TV shows and stuff like that.
One thing I'm interested to see is if they bring in any of the other cores, any of the other colored rings for the film. That'd be really cool to see done live action, other than Sinestro and the Yellow Ring. Mm-hmm. So we'll see what happens there. But round out this episode, I've always kind of said that when it comes to live action versus animation, Marvel's got live action down. They don't have animation down very well. DC doesn't have live action down as well, but they've got animation down really well.
Yeah.
And one thing they're doing right now is if you watch any of the shows on the CW, you know that Vixen is a character who has had her own online animation show that ties into the live action universe to the point where Arrow and Flash have both appeared on the cartoon with their own actors' voices doing them. And she's crossed over into the live action show. Well, now they're doing another character for this next season, a character called the Ray, who has light-based powers. It's kind of always been a minor character, but kind of has played some big parts in the comics, especially in Final Crisis.
Okay.
Where he was like a messenger when the whole world went to hell. Like he would bounce around like light beams going from satellite to satellite, transferring messages between all the different pockets of resistance.
Okay. And
that was like one of his real big roles. But they're introducing him as a LBGT character.
Okay.
So they're changing that up, which is going to be interesting to see. He's getting his own animation show on CW's The Seed, which is like a free app you can use and watch cartoons and different TV shows and stuff on.
Okay.
All sorts of different platforms. I've got it on my Xbox and on my phone. Free, easy to use, really cool. So it's going to be interesting to see them do that. I was trying to think, like, is there any kind of character you'd like to see done, either live action or animation? Like Marvel that like hasn't really gotten their shot. I should say DC.
For DC?
Not for Marvel.
Yeah. For DC.
Personally, I've always wanted to see Animal Man get his day in the spotlight. He's kind of a weird character in the comics who... It's funny because he's a superhero with a family, and his powers are kind of very similar to Vixen's in that he can emulate the power of an animal.
Okay.
So he can suddenly have the strength of a gorilla or the speed of a cheetah or anything like that.
Oh, yeah, I think I remember that.
He's kind of a goofy character, sort of like in a Deadpool vein, and like he breaks the fourth wall
Mhm.
several times. But then at the same time, he's a family man, has a wife, like 2 kids. Very different. I'd love to see him taking on either live action or in animation.
Yeah, DC. I don't know. I'm drawing a blank right now. I know I would like to see maybe some more villain stuff for DC, especially villains for Superman. Because Superman's villains tend to be very. It's hard to put Superman versus another person because he's like on Earth and surrounded by humans and stuff like that. So his villains usually tend to be from outer space.
Yeah.
Anybody can actually like oppose him and stuff. But I don't know. Right now, I'm just drawing a blank. I can't really think of anything particularly that I would like to see.
Well, if there's anybody you guys would like to see DC use either live action or animation, leave us a comment below.
Yeah.
Let us know who you think deserves more time in the spotlight from DC. Like I said, whether it be live action or animation. Or maybe it's a character that's already gotten their shot, but you think they need a do-over or maybe more screen time. Let us know.
Yeah.
I think that pretty much rounds out today's episode for DC. Thank you guys for watching. As always, I'm Pete.
I'm Jean-Claude.
Make sure you like, subscribe, and share everything here. You can check us out at www.BigDamnGeeks.com, as well as Facebook and Twitter. We are BigDamnGeeks as well.
Right here. And you can check me out at JeanClaudeRoche.com. It's going to be right here. Facebook.com / Art by Jean-Claude, and Instagram, Jean-Claude Art.
All right. Thank you for checking us out.